Hello everybody! Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Today is the 22nd day of November, which is a bit silly. I think we should all tell time to calm down. It is 9:08 in the morning. I'm late. I'm so sorry. And I'm here. I have kitty cat. I have a coffee. It's a fresh new week. It's our first reset into the season. And I can't show you my vault because I opened it on Tuesday because I did some stuff on Tuesday, so I wanted that piece. But I can show you my gear and what I have done with it. Like in the hair color? Why, thank you. I did not get around to doing it, so this is my fade with my natural color coming in underneath. CB, thank you for the 50 month resub. 50, holy moly. Also, JG Brit with a 24-month resub, 2 years. Well, thanks, JG Brit. Inksy's Mog, you like it? I wanted her to just kind of wear clothes. I was looking at her Mogs and I was like, I want to wear clothes. Also, no, and we're good. Make me want to go short hair. Aw, shucks. Sometimes I think about it would be cool if my hair was longer and I could keep it braided, but then I think, well, then I would have to worry about when I get it wet. And right now, it's really nice because if I want to take a shower, I can just take a shower. And then I can just, like, dry my head with a towel. And then I'm done. And I don't know how I'm ever going to move on from that. I think that might just be my life. So here's the Mog. She's stealthy because of some kind of a dream walk thing. There we go. I think we clicked it off. Oh, no, she's stealthy again. She's wearing clothes. She's got her honeyback thing. Her harvester, no, that's the mount. She's got her, what do you call it, the glazer. She's got her glazer, and then I've got an offhand bucket transmog, but for some reason it's not pulling it out. Anyway, she's got a bucket for her honey. From the vault, I ended up taking a tier piece because tier is a real struggle for me early in the seasons typically, and I did have a tier helm available. It wasn't hero track, it was champion track, but my helmet was stinky, and I wanted to get started with tier. So what I did was I took the helmet, so I've got a champion helmet, and then I catalyzed my chest piece. I had a champion chest piece, so I catalyzed that to get myself 2-piece. And then I did dungeons. I did dungeons yesterday, and I got my Keystone Master. So I am at a delightfully repeating rating. I'm at 21 rating. But that gets you a free piece of, like, heroic raid level tier, so I selected shoulders for that. So I've got a hero track pair of tier shoulders, which means that I'm only 1 piece away. So next week, no matter what, I can catalyze my 4-piece. But if I get a piece during raid this week, then I could get 4-piece then. So that's what I've done. My trinkets are still stinky. I have a pinch of Dream Magic, which isn't even fully upgraded. I could use some trusts. And then last season's Molten Heart. Because no matter how much I haven't really been grinding Everbloom and Throne of Tides. I've been in there, but we'll see. I did have a 480 piece in my vault that I neglected to take in favor of that tier because it was a ring, and it was like reasonable stats. It was juicy crit, but on one hand it's like, well, I would never have to replace that, but on the other hand, the tier is much more valuable to me now, and my feeling, and this isn't like universally true or anything, but I decided to take choices based on short-term gains because I feel like they're going to be more important to me. I feel like my power level is more important in the short term because in the long term, I feel like I'm gonna get gear anyway because I'm gonna do keys. I'm gonna raid, the gear will come together eventually, and by the time that we're in the later, things are going to be on farm, and my power level is going to be relevant, but not like life or death. Whereas right now for progression, I feel like I need everything I can get. So that's why I've done that. It is neither right nor wrong. It's just what I've done. But yeah, I'm 459. I've got 3-piece tier. My trinkets are better not spoken of. But I managed to replace, I had a blue piece of like explorer gear in my shoulder slot, so I managed to pop the tier piece in there instead. Got 476 legs, which I'm happy with. Ooh, nice. Had to get a winter outfit set for my main. So we're looking full farmer Mog and a Mythic Plus the other day. I complimented them, they said, thanks, it's because I'm farming keys. Okay, ring from Vault though. Oh, nice. New shadow build's a mess and I'm struggling. Dream Magic messes me up. I didn't realize how much I rely on animation on my Dev Evoker. Yeah, evokers. Yeah, I can see that for sure. Suddenly I'm a bear. Well, normal clear, unbelievably easy with the gear jump this week. I've got my own version of that tonight. I'm looking forward to it. So I need like crests, but I'm kind of not worried about it. I feel like I can do that anytime. I want to stay in. I want to stay mentally committed to my project that we picked at the end of last week, which was in case you missed the stream, I wanted to pick out an alt to play in Season 2. The goal for the alt being to clear the normal raid and to do like Keystone Explorer, so like 10-ish keys. I wanted to get those things done on an alt, and I could not for the life of me pick a thing. I was like, do I play a Resto Druid? Do I do a BM Hunter? And I was so stuck that I thought, you know what? Fate! So I found a website that would roll a random alt combination for me, and it selected a Mag'har Orc female Blood Death Knight, and I thought, okay. It would be cheating for me to not do that now. So that's the journey that we're on. She is currently level 42. Auspicious number. Calaroni, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it very much. Got my butterfly now. Nice. This axe is something desecrated gore howl. Zalato. I don't know. I wanted to put her in noodles. I was looking at my plate armor sets, which are not many, and I discovered this Nyalotha plate armor set, which I enjoy. And I thought, you know what would go with this is more eyeballs and wiggles. So that's the current outfit. First stream with a new graphics card, dual monitors for my birthday. Super happy about it. Back on ultra settings, no lag. Can watch stream on the side. Oh, you're living. I'm playing my Unholy DK a ton this patch. I'm finally finding out for once and for all what on earth DKs do. It might help me in my real life, in my main's life, because maybe she'll understand better tanking DKs. Although, honestly, when I've been healing DKs and Demon Hunters and my Priest, I've just been trusting to fate. You know, I heal people and they're either going to live or they won't. You gotta let go of the outcomes. Oh man, I had some messy keys yesterday. I was just tired. I wanted to finish Keystone Master last night, so it was done before today. So I was grinding some keys yesterday morning and some more in the evening, but I was just exhausted. And I was in the mood, but I was like just really messy. So we had some messy runs. There was this Dark Heart 17 that was just all over the place. I think what I should do is I should do my best to tank and talk, because we're just leveling. We're just leveling. As far as the expansion of dungeons that I'm doing, I'm switching it around kind of often just to kind of change things up. There isn't really like a best or worst one as far as I'm concerned. There's just, you know, whatever I haven't done a lot of lately. So I figure I'll try and throw her into something. I picked up a Deathstrike Blood Shield Weakora. I don't love it. Mostly because I had something else in mind, but until I get smart enough to make Weakoras, this will do. I also came to realize that part of the reason I wasn't able to stack up much Blood Shield was because I'm not far enough down the talent tree to have very many good things. I just got Voracious, which makes a pretty big difference. She looks sick. I think she looks pretty cool. Her other transmog set that I was wearing on her was the Heritage armor with Osteo wings. So that's the other set with like a big bone sword. I think that one's better, but I just kind of wanted to change it up. I also tanked at least one dungeon with a dress and a flower crown and some wings on, because that amused me greatly. I thought that was really fun. And then I was trying to, yeah, that set never came together. I like sometimes making sets that are just made out of like really low level gear. And I was trying to come up with like a really basic plate set that I liked, but nothing was really hitting. The other thing I do is that if the queue's not popping, I just change to a different expansion. It's like a minute and 24 seconds. Absolutely not. This is unacceptable. Send me to, not BFA. Send me to Draenor. See if we can stick me in any of those. My UI? Let me see. Options. Edit mode. I mean, I can't paste it into chat because it's too long. I don't have it posted anywhere. Are you 42 already? I played for an evening off stream. Are you excited for follower dungeons? Think this alt is perfect for it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're totally right. I think it would be really cool. Especially for keys. Like when we get into current season era keys, I think I would feel much better if I had a chance to kind of like I mean, I know it's for normal dungeons and not for Mythic Plus, so it actually wouldn't really help me with this. I just want to be able to noodle around and, like, figure out my pulls and percentage. And yeah, I should just install Mythic Dungeon Tools and look at the roots. I'm just resistant to that for unclear reasons. I may need to get over that and just look at the roots and the pulls so that I know what they are instead of being stressed that I don't know them. The smart thing to do would just be to suck it up and do my research. Katie, thank you for the 35-month resub. 35 months, hello all from the winter of all weather. Hello, happy winter. Hope you guys are keeping warm. Why do people like my UI? You'd have to ask them. Less MDT, more noodling. Oh. Speaking of nothing, you guys see the Race the World First last night? I was watching. I was there. I wasn't in chat. I was watching it on another monitor, but it's funny that I haven't managed to sit down and watch very much of the Race to World First, but I've been putting on Max's stream whenever I get a chance just to kind of keep an eye on it and enjoy it. And both times that I've watched, the first time was their Smolderon kill, and the second time was their T-Swift kill. So I think that it's me. I mean, I know they work really hard, and they're, like, very talented gamers, and they're kind of, like, insane and doing the most and putting in really long hours. But I think we all need to sit down and appreciate that if I look at it, they kill bosses. So I'm pretty sure I'm magic. Echo almost killed T-Swift an hour ago. Oh! Stream has some joke with Preach and Rats. 2 blizzards, some negatives, some above freezing. Broke the snow record. For November snows too. Oh, that is winter. 435 pulls is crazy. Yeah, not even the last boss, too. I thought that was pretty wild. I'm looking forward to seeing how Frankie goes. Can I grip you? I cannot grip that one. I wanted to grip that Warlock because I was like, that mob is really far away, but it turns out that is our Warlock, and that is not one of the mobs. Do you call him T-Swift in your guide? No, I didn't hear that until later. And then I thought it was clever, but possibly divisive. It's always dangerous nicknaming things after real people because you can't control how real people live their lives and whether or not they become, like, controversial later. I think T-Swift is relatively safe at the moment, but you never know. I think it's extremely funny. Yeah, no, I didn't notice it either. Alright, I want a ghoul, and I want my racial, and I want to stand in my death and decay, and yeah, something like that. That'll do. I said I'd tank. I never said I'd be any good at it. Although I appear to be at full health, so this is going fine. Do you think it was intended by Blizzard? People have mixed opinions on this. I don't know. I don't know. My initial instinct is that I don't think so, but there's really no way to know.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Find shelter.
Oh, it's very far away. Can I fit? Oh, it's dead anyway. Well, that'll work. Okay, here we go. 50-50? Either it was or it wasn't. How do you deal with no gold? You can send gold cross-faction. You can send gold within one server anyway. You can send gold between your characters. So I just sent her like 1,000 gold for my main. Back in the days before that was possible. Where on earth is that thing going? Back in the day before that was possible, I used to just kind of take 2 gathering profs, sell things as I went, and then see if I could afford their flying by the time that they got fully leveled. Nowadays, you don't need to train their flying, so there aren't really that many expenses. My main expense, my alt is transmog, and transmog's pretty cheap at low levels. If you could stay with me here, and then I want to like kind of keep going, and then grab some more, because this all seems fine. So like let's bring some stuff around, shall we? More of these and a little more of that, and you know you're making soup. Thinking about tanking again next expansion. Haven't made up my mind yet. How do you like tanking in Blood DK? Tanking's fine. It seems as good as it ever was. My thing is that melee is overwhelming to me. There's too many things visually going on in melee. I've always had this issue. I get confused. I get overwhelmed. My eyes get itchy. I tend to stand in things more often in melee because I've got too many inputs to really process what's going on. I don't know how on earth you guys do it. It's always seemed very unnatural to me. At least in range, I have like some breathing room to see things. There's still stuff to dodge, but I feel like you've got more space. And then as a tank, I feel like I'm gonna be that tank who's like standing in frontals that I don't need to and stuff, because I'm gonna have no concept that a frontal was happening in the first place unless it was unless a DBM warns me about it. But aside from that, aside from just melee, which is a problem with not just tanks but like all melee ever, it's good. It's good. I've got, I feel like, a basic understanding of the core rotation of it. It seems effective. It seems pretty simple, which is nice. I don't feel like I have to weave anything too fancy together. And it feels like there's a lot of forgiveness in it. And I think maybe a lot of tank specs are like this. But it seems like if I, you throw up some bone shield stacks, you death strike when you need healing, spud up a disease, spend a rune, use your cooldowns, do whatever you want. Like, it seems like you can do it kind of poorly and still have things be mostly fine as long as you're not in really hard content. You can stand in anything, but you're not supposed to stand in everything. I've learned this as a healer. Sometimes there's tank frontals that are like sidesteppable, and sometimes it's important that they be sidestepped. I'm gonna, grab you, and then that thing just fixates, so that's really like an other people problem. If I can't tank it, then I'm not going to. Winter Dreamsaber drop for me. Nice fossil streams. Just charges up your death strike. Gotta get that value. This is true. This is true. I've only just turned on details, as you can tell by the fact that I have the damage meter twice. Let's do this, and then let's kind of like, yeah, that'll slow him down. And then I'm gonna grab this one, kick that one. What else do I have? I think I'm running out of ideas. It's fine. You're wasting the healing by overhealing. Is that why the Death Knights are always beating me on healing meters? They're just padding? Can you call my boss, tell him you require me to be at home watching you instead, please? If I do go back to tanking on a prop held? Okay. This one, and then grab this guy, and grab this guy, because I remember the Fell Blasts were bad. And then it seems like this stuff doesn't hurt me too bad, so I'm just going to kind of pop a coolie and then like go grab more stuff. And my main way of grabbing stuff really seems to be just kind of run on top of it and then like blood boil and then like maybe taunt something if it's really not working out for you. You've got a Felguard, and you know what? That's great. We like that for you. We're gonna do that. And then my kick's on cooldown. I guess I want some Bone Shield. Let's grab some of that. I have like full runic power and full health. I guess I can just like, I don't know, Death Coil to spend some runic power. I suppose I should Death Strike. Love the haircut. Oh, thanks. One of the damage wins to healing. That was the intention. I don't know why I haven't done that. That was my intention. There's a lot of things that I begin to think of and then I end up doing something else instead. We're just happy that we like got up and put on clothes and like ate some breakfast. Took the doggy out for a nice walk. That was nice. It was pretty outside this morning. It was like misty and cold, but the sunshine was like a really lovely golden color, and it was just coming up because it was sunrise, even though it was like 20 after 8 in the morning.
Ads coming.
It was
4,
pretty.
3, 2, kill ads. 1.
I must have DBM on for this. Sometimes for leveling dungeons I won't.
Big ad.
Alright, where is he? What? And then you. I have dancing rune weapon.
Change.
I'm not doing it right, but I am doing it, which is the first start. The first step. Let's get out of the fell pool, shall we? Okay. Yeah, so that one should be healing done. Healing? Oh, see you later, kitty cat. There we go. I feel like I haven't had any healing to do because I guess you're right, I should be standing in more things. Go find some puddles. It has not snowed in this area yet, no. We've been getting some rain, it's been getting cold at night, but we haven't had that overlap. Be a very awkward stream if you forgot that. Okie dokie, let's turn in this one. And then maybe... I get this ghoul, and it's my eternal disappointment that it doesn't get a name, it's just Risen Ghoul. Whenever I have it. I also don't know what it does. I just press it because I got the button on my way to getting cleaving strikes. But you know, you go walk by like an unholy death knight in the street, and they're walking around with like hammer slobber. How come I can't have that? That's funny. Coolest DPS, that's it. 0 less yet. We haven't had like a good freeze yet, no. It's gotten down to like maybe 2 or 3 at night, but we haven't, and it'll be kind of like frosty in the morning. But we haven't had like a proper freeze, which is fine, it's November. Oh, that's okay, that's alright. Oh no, that's right, standing in things. Oh, sometimes, yeah, see, I'm gonna pull him over here because oh, I can't use a caster. Because I missed my death and decay. I think I could do it. I know that sometimes I like pull mobs with it, but I think I would be better off just macroing it to cast at my feet so that I can't just like chuck it off to the side and go, oops. Death and decay is over there. No freeze November, fine with me. There we go. That's better. I guess I just Death Strike, even if I don't need the healing. I've been sitting on the Raining Power. I guess I'll just Death Strike for damage. That probably makes more sense than not Death Striking at all. I've been saving it like a something else. Option to place it somewhere else in a modifier. Yeah. I thought about that. I feel like I'm probably not going to try... I'm going to try a medium amount on this character. Because, like, on one hand, I'm going to have to make it through these goals I've set for myself. But on the other hand, you know, I'm not trying to clear Mythic. Okie dokie. My boss. Give it here. Oh, I have lots of bone shield stacks. Leave now, head to the gym, get a new mouse. Do I game for a bit? Do that later. Oh, do it now. do it now. If you're having the thought, that is the inner wisdom in you giving you a hint that you should just do it now. Because if you do it now, it'll happen. And if you do it later, it might not happen if you're anything like me. Maybe you're clever and you're able to like do things later and then actually do them later, but it's not how I work. Do you like Blood DK more than you thought you would? I don't know if I had any expectations for it. I'm having fun. Oh, I got Heart Legion Van Braces. I've been getting Transmog sometimes. That's been cool. And then, oh, there's stuff from a chest over here, too. Some leg plates. So see, more Transmog. Nice. I'd thank the people, but they're basically all gone. Yeah, an RNG generator did make me do it. I couldn't pick an alt, so I rolled one with a web page. It's going good so far. That's level 43. I'm gonna open up my Wowhead guide in my second tab because I decided that inventing my spec was not working for me. So I'm just Blood DK. I'm following, they have like a leveling build for talents, which is pretty close to their regular build for talents. So I'm just kind of, I have a point to spend on this side. I made it down to this. So I need this purple one, which I can't improve my bone shield until I get Heartbreaker up. The other one I can do is I can take Insatiable Blade. Yeah, that's probably good. It'll give me more Dancing Rune weapon. Okie dokie. I'm having the thought of ignoring everything I should do to play Hearthstone PGs. I guess I would do that. Thanks for the good advice. What did I do in my days off? Yesterday I was sleepy because I did like more than one thing in the day. I'm not much of an overachiever at this phase of my life. I was gonna have my mom over and I had this idea that I should make some food just in case she wanted dinner. It was kind of ambiguous. She was coming over at like 4. But I figured I would make some food and then if we wanted to eat dinner we could do that. So I like prepped a curry and scheduled some rice. And then it was gonna rain in the evening during the dog's normal dog park window, and also I was gonna have company, so I wanted to take the dog out early for a while. I wanted to take Moose out and then like get him to run for basically as long as I could in the middle of the day so that he would have his exercise needs met and then he would be able to just chill and snooze in the evening and not go at his normal time. And I did that. And that was kind of a project because his normal friends weren't there because it was a weird time. So we met some new people, and we also had some time with a park to ourselves, and we got to throw a ball around and work on bringing it back. But we were out for like a while doing that. And then you get home, and the dog's like kind of muddy, even though it hadn't started raining yet. There's still muddy moose, mucky mud. And I was like, well, okay, my mom's gonna be here in like an hour. Do I want the dog to be clean but damp from a bath, or do I want the dog to be dry but like dirty from the park? And I settled on clean and damp, so then you gotta give the dog a bath. And that's kind of a project. And I also wanted a vacuum before my mom got here. And she's not a judgmental lady in the slightest. She's very sweet and understanding and would never want me to do any of this. But, you know, you're having company. You kind of want to clean up a little bit. Especially because my floor, if you vacuum it, it will look great for approximately 12 hours. After which it is now covered in a definite layer of moose hair. Which is understandable. This is one of the things we signed up for when we got a dog. But if you want it to look clean, you need to have vacuumed it within like 12 hours or less. So what I do is I just do it twice a week. And then again, if there's going to be anybody coming over, luckily it's a pretty small place. It doesn't take very long. But okay, let's do some of this and some of this, and then maybe like one of these. And then, what else can we do? Maybe like this guy, some of this. You get in here. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Subjugate is worth interrupting. Let's just, I never realized, or it didn't occur to me when I was looking at it on the talent build originally that I could interrupt stuff with Blinding Sleet. But then when I started using the Wowhead build, I take it, and I'm like, oh, you can kick stuff with that. That's nice. That works. That's great. Let's do this one, and this one, and you come back here, please. Dog flu going around, making dogs really sick. Sounds like it is in Canada. Yeah, it hasn't, I haven't heard much about it locally. I should probably do some research, but I'm trying to not get too freaked out by, I'm trying not to get too freaked out. Advice for someone leveling their first rogue. Anytime I'm leveling something new that I'm not familiar with, I usually just try and take my time, read my buttons one at a time as I get them, and just kind of, I don't know, get a feel for what everything does, and then check the guides mostly. I use Wowhead guides for all my classes and specs, even my main. I have no original thoughts. I just do whatever the guide tells me to do. It works pretty good. They'll have sections for leveling. They'll have sections for beginners. They'll have quick cheat sheets. They'll have in-depth sections that talk about like advanced stuff you can do if you're trying to overachieve. They have advice for every stage of gameplay. Take every passive possible, even if not ideal. It's not it's a good idea. Okay.
Ads coming. Shockwave.
So my damage is largely Blood Boil and Death Strike related. Okay. Hey, I got some likes. Two things madness. Yeah. But food was good. It was okay. I've done better. But I think it was fine. Dog got clean. He's so good about his baths now. I think he likes them. He was kind of sniffing around the bath just while I was running it before I even asked him, like, to do anything. And I swear he looked happy. I think he doesn't like being dirty. Or he just likes attention. I don't know. But he really doesn't mind the bath, which I appreciate. I don't do his face. Like, I don't get all the way onto his face. Like, I'll do up to, like, his neck and behind his ears, and then that's about it. The rest of it I'll do with, like, a damp washcloth, like a plushie if I need to. But, he let me scrub his paws and get in between his toesies. I thought that was really nice. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to stand in that. I need to take damage so I can compete on the healing meters. What's the best food you've ever made or had? Best food I ever had might be, my mom makes this smoked salmon seafood chowder that is, and I love smoked salmon. so good. That might be up there. It's hard to rank all the food you've ever had. That was a good one though. I don't know the best thing I've ever made. I mean, I don't know. It's usually whatever's in front of me when I'm hungry. I'm not really a chef. I'm arguably not even a home cook. I am a woman that needs to eat, that likes yams. There's a good title for my cookbook. I have to turn in my Alaska card because I actually don't like salmon. Oh, it's okay. You can just I'll eat your portion. We're good. That's perfectly okay. Evens out. Normalize baths for your dog from a puppy. One thing he does not like that would be maybe more of a problem for a groomer if I ever do take him to a groomer is he's not a fan of the blow dryer, which is why he was a little damp. Like, I'll towel dry him, and he likes getting the towel. And I can warm up the towel, and, you know, it's all good. But I tried blow drying him, and he wasn't having that. And mind you, I didn't have, like, a happy hoodie or whatever it is that you do to wrap up their ears so it's not so loud. And I could probably, I mean, I honestly gave up kind of fast with the blow dryer, but I've just been telling him off, letting him air dry. I also, you know, you don't want to bathe him super crazy often because he's a double-coated dog. His coat gets, like, some water-repelling properties, and you don't want to shampoo it too often and dry it out, basically.
Run.
But sometimes the dog's just dirty. Sometimes he just needs a bath. And he smells so good when he's clean. Oh, I mean, I love moose, but I love clean moose.
Run.
And you give him a big hug in the morning, you just bury your face in his fur, and it's amazing. What happened to you? It's Kira like clean moose, or does he still stink? We've progressed to a new level of dog and cat integration, which is supervised visits without mediation. Whereas before we were doing supervised visits with mediation, where like I would be kind of in front of the cat so I could encourage the dog to back off when needed. And they did fine with that for a while. So now I can open up the gate and have them together as long as I'm around and able to pay attention. But I can be sitting here and I can kind of let them be. Moose would sniff Kira. We did one of these. He sniffed her. And then she went, she like said, no. And then he was like, please. And then she slapped him on the nose with claws in, just a little soft paw tap. It was very polite for a blind cat. I don't know how she does it, but his feelings were very hurt by that. He was very sad, and a little put out. I think it's the only time in his life that anybody has ever not liked him. Everybody else in his life, with the exception of maybe one or two dogs, has been thrilled to meet him and overjoyed to have made his acquaintance. And he just wants to meet, you know, he likes the cat. He wants to meet her and hang out, and he doesn't get that she doesn't like him very much. I think he gets it now, and it was a little bit of a shock to him, but he managed to leave her alone and back off. He's more interested in food. So he's more interested in rooting around to see if maybe she's dropped any food or if there's anything else around that he could eat. So he'll say hi to the cat, but he accepts a disappointment pretty well. I think we're close to taking the gate down, but I want to do a week or two of just keeping an eye on them while they're together without leaving them together unsupervised, just to kind of keep an eye on how it's going. And I don't want to do it on stream or during keys because I need to have enough attention so that I can like sort of watch them if they're interacting, but they're doing fine. She was not upset by that at all. She after she slapped him and he went away, she just like went back to grooming and like, I don't know, yawned and took a nap. She was not agitated at all. She didn't even move. I think she's ready to have the rest of the house back. I think she's about done with the gate.
Meteor, run.
And then they come back. They boomerang. Well, they come back on heroic. Maybe on this difficulty they just leave. No, they're back there. They're not leaving.
AOE incoming.
Ah, we're okay. I can be res people. I only remembered that now. I think that death was a while ago. I do have B-res. I put it on a little mouse over button. It's my shift 5. Come along, Ogron. Come with me. War Within Mount? Yeah. Yeah, I have that one around somewhere. Nobody in the office today. It's a Thanksgiving treat. They ordered pizza for us. Nice. I think we're having a short raid week this week. I think we're just raiding today and not tomorrow because of American Thanksgiving. How's Scary? Hi, Scarlet. She's good. She's level 43 presently. I did a little leveling off stream. I wanted to do more, but then I was busy. Had to do some keys in my main, like it's the beginning of the season or something. How could that possibly be the case? Hunter's incredibly fun and easy. You can kind of focus on mechanics. Nice. I think that's my next alt after this one. If I can achieve my goals on this one, that's the next character that I want to like gear and kind of rudimentarily, that's not a word, learn on a rudimentary level. There we go. Would be, I think my BM Hunter needs another era. Kira been on cam for a while? Yeah, she comes and goes. I think she's been here. I think she's leaving. You leaving? There's a bed behind me now. I think I'm in front of it on the camera, but I got enough dog beds that we now have dog beds in every room, and Kitty likes them too, so there's more places to lounge. What other buttons can I press for damage? Yeah. Super fun, main survival. Encourage everyone to give it a good try. Yeah, what's Becca Hunter you playing, Scarlet? Gugrok's grandmother. I need to see this. Oh. Oh dear. Alright. Thanks, team. Don't like melee? BM? Stack the Pilgrim Bounty XP buff. I tried it, and I found it only gave reputation. Is there a different buff? Spirit of Sharing only gave me rep. Randomizes names in your character creation screen. I saw it the other day. That is not an add-on. That is default to the game for North American WoW clients. The European WoW client doesn't have that button. Thinking of having a Devoker Vault? Ooh, cool. Gave me a 10% experience bonus. Did I do it wrong? Let me see. Spirit of Sharing Pilgrim's Bounty. Wow. 10% 1 hour reputation buff. You have to get... Yeah, I got 5 stacks of each, and I got the buff, and it said 1 hour of 10% rep. Increases reputation gain by 10% last 1 hour. Yeah, I don't know. Hi, let's head... Oh, no, we got a talent point to spend. That's right. Yeah, because I tried that because I thought, well, I'm leveling an alt. I should get them both. And it took a really long time to do because I was eating all by myself. So I could take my crit chance here. Or... that one. Yeah, give me my 2% crit. May have lied to myself, wanted to read it as XP. At least we have 19% for the anniversary. Plus I can, that one at least doesn't like fall off. I can't forget to put it back on. I can't like drop it because I died or anything. Would I get the Darkmoon Fair buff if it was up? I don't know, man. I'm kind of relieved that it's not up because I don't want to worry about it. It's going to have, there's going to be some overlap here this week here because the anniversary ends on the 7th and the Darkmoon Fair starts on the 3rd. So you've got some time. Equip my new gear. Oh, did I get anything good? Let me see. Those bracers aren't better. I have heirlooms in most of my slots. So it's mostly if I get like a bracers, belt, boots kind of situation. I have 2 trinkets. Yeah, I can't use any of that. It's a good tip, though. I completely forgot to check. Jacksonmere, thank you very much for the 31-month resub. Hey, Hazel, wanted to say a big thank you for what you do. I have no idea that most of the stuff went without your help. Aw, shucks. Thanks for being here. Surely you'll be 70 by then. Maybe. Help me out, guys. What on earth am I going to do from 60 to 70? Quest? Dragonflight dungeons? Are Dragonflight dungeons fast in any way, shape, or form? Dragon riding, yeah. I guess so. Head out to the gym now. Back later. Level my Disc Priest. I skipped the Shadowlands campaign. Heard it was removed. So nowadays, the way you skip the Shadowlands campaign is by never going to the Shadowlands. They took out the Threads of Fate, or whatever they used to call it, leveling experience, because that was back when you had to level through the Shadowlands. Now that it's no longer endgame, you can just bypass it altogether. So I don't think they let you turn on threads anymore. Dungeon stream surge zones. Yeah, time walking's not up. How am I getting heritage armor on a boost character? I don't know, but thanks, Blizzard. Quests. Yeah, I tried quests for a little bit in like my level 20s, 30s. Because, to be honest with you, if I have a confession to make, I queued up for a dungeon and it put me in Escape from Darnhold, and I left and took the Deserter hit right away. So I quested for half an hour while I waited for that. And it was good. Like, it's true that you can pull huge batches of stuff, but maybe just the quest that I was doing, it wasn't nearly as fast as dungeons. You can skip the Shadowlands campaign. Still, you just have to be level 60, maybe 50. Oh! I did not know that. Time walking might be up when you're doing 60. You don't think we're going to hit 60 today? You gotta believe. All right. We're here. Let's go. See, this is just practice for, Mythic Plus. I don't know why. Actually, it may be practice for Mythic Plus, but as a leveling dungeon, I don't... It's kind of this thing where you can, but you don't have to, do everything. I want this one. And then I want to use some Death Strikes, and I want to get some more Bone Shield up. Yeah, there we go. Something like that. That's not too bad. It'll be some good experience. Never level through dungeons, so I don't know how fast it is. Oh, okay. I'm going to grab Gnarl Root. I'm going to go see him. And then I want you to come with me. Death Knights do have a lot of... I mean, I know they're kind of like the anti-caster tank, but they have a lot of anti-caster tools. Oh, I see. We have some more things. So Death Advance doesn't get me out of roots. I guess movement slowing stuff. I would love to do this, this. And speaking of AMS, I should probably press it because there's going to be some kind of spells going on. Let's get some Bone Shield stacks back up. Gnarl Root, are you still here? Excuse me. I ended up picking up herb and mining on this character just because I figured that's a backup plan. It's a backup plan for leveling through the Dragon Isles. If I really can't figure out anything else to do, I can just like do dragon races, like Dragon Racing World quests, and or gather level is like a thing. It's not a very good thing. It's all right. There's a mender. It is kind of fun gathering stuff up. I'm not terribly good at it, but it's Death Knight seems to have a pretty easy way of it because you can pretty easily put your blood plague on stuff. And it's nice that that's like leeching to you as well as giving you little bits of threat. You can obviously still lose stuff through it, but it's not as bad as it could be. Gorfine's Grip 'em. I don't think I have that yet. I'm very much looking forward to it. It sounds really fun. Should have played a Death Knight through Shadowlands. I could have figured out what on earth Gladiator Losa meant when they said grabby hands. Or slappy hands. Never really figured out if that was the same thing. Okay.
Kill ads. Breath incoming.
Oh.
Kill ad.
I get excited whenever I take a little damage that I could maybe heal with my death strike, but then I don't need to. I had
Breath incoming.
some idea
Kill
about setting up a weak aura or an add-on or just like messing with my UI for tanking to make my own unit frame like huge. Do I just hit him? Brutal bark. Oh yeah, damage taken increased. Go, go, go. We did the cheese strat recently in Everbloom on Mythic Plus where you like tank him in a corner and you specifically spawn the ads by like blocking the roots before the water. And then the tank just holds the ads and you ignore them. and then you just kill the boss. Like you just keep him in this phase like almost indefinitely until it's over. It works good. It is really fun, a little weird to use. It is the same thing. A-bomb limb, you still get it in Dragonflight. Oh. Was it ever called Grabby Hands or was that like a community nickname? Does it feel good to heal yourself? See the healer spell go off after you. Oh, man. Okay, I'm gonna grab you. And I'm gonna grab you. And I'm gonna grab these. And I'm gonna grab this. And then we're gonna get these ones too. Ta-da! And then I've just been trying to like just press my defenses whenever it's like a mildly big pull because, you know, what else are they for? If not now, then when? That's not too bad. Community name is the A-bomb limb talent bottom middle of the class tree on the left side. Oh, okay. Slappy Hands, Gorfine's Grasp is Grabby Hands. Oh, they are different things then. Community name for obvious reasons. I don't know. Sometimes Blizzard has fun. Sometimes they name things in a goofy way. Maybe I can't think of any specific examples. Fun? Surely not. So, when I, like, yank him back, he stops doing his spinny thing. Jokes on them, got 4 set and KSM now. Oh, nice. 14 got yelled at and called boosted for not focusing the water bubbles. No, it's a strat. It's a thing. Congrats on your KSM. Very, very nice. It's like super early in the season to do it too. Let's get some bone shield stacks up. Yeah. There we go. I should show you guys the the armor reading. There must be some person walking around this green earth who's like, you know what? I'm so happy that the Keystone Master Mount is an armorodon, an armor big dinosaur. Cool dinosaur. Love it. I kind of like the new one. Oh, I got a class helm. Weird. Oh, it's because I'm level 45. I see. But most of the people I know are vaguely confused as to what it is and what it's doing here. So, okay, there's a thing with this one. I want to tank him on top of one of the casters. So I'm going to grab you, and I'm going to bring you over to a caster so we can cleave them, question mark?
Interrupt 1. Target you.
And then I guess I'll, like, do this. And then I'll go over here. Does this seem reasonable?
Target you.
Genuine question? I have no idea. And then we need more Death Strike. I like the music in here. Always listen to the machines. Armor roar on. It's a nice thing to take off. Yeah.
Interrupt 2.
Yeah, now for keys, I'm basically just there to have fun until I get enough gear to time 20s, and then I'd like to time all the 20s just to get the portals for later. Use Andalari Blood DK, use the Blood Troll Transmog for his armor. I thought about wearing the Blood Troll Transmog for the armor on this character because of, here, I'm going to take this trash kind of easy because I remember these things are a little spicy. Maybe I'll grab like just like one more. Oh, hello, welcome back. You want to come up? Hi. This has been smoking me on Mythic Plus. The trash all through here just absolutely decks me on my priest. I think I've dodged a thing and then something else happens and then it's like, whoops. Portals account wide starting the season? No, that's a War Within feature. We don't even know yet if it's retroactive. We're just kind of hoping for the best. But I'm certainly going to try and get them all because collecting Mythic Plus portals is really... how rude. What do you mean you're not grippable? Oh, I kicked the wrong one. Although that Power Blast didn't hurt very badly. I guess it's just a leveling dungeon. B-Doll Holly, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Better get them in case they're retroactive. My thinking is that if I was gonna do it anyways, then it's a nice extra reason to do it. If I wasn't already doing 20s though, I don't think I would worry about it because 20s are kind of stressful if you're not in the mood for them. They're even with like all the gear, they're kind of spicy. It's nice to do them with a good team. Pugging them I think would be rough. Pugging this week, I'm not gonna complain. It's exciting and a good learning experience. And one thing that I hope that lots of people learn is that Mass Dispel is now a 2-minute cooldown. And even if you bring a priest to your group, they cannot dispel every single bursting. Just for the public knowledge. This has been Hazel's public service announcement on behalf of all priest kind. Oh man, I had some, because I was pugging most of yesterday. I did one full group, but for the most part I was just running with Flabby and then a bunch of pugs. And I think that they just all really believed in me and that's why we kept resetting bursting. But holy moly, there was, people just died. People are gonna die this week. I'm looking at like an 8 stack of bursting and I'm like, some of you will die. And that's a choice that we all made like 10 seconds ago when we reset that stack, so I'm gonna not feel too bad about it. I dispel myself first because you gotta put on your own oxygen mask before you can help other people. And then Flabby's a dwarf, he can take off his, and then I will heal as many other people as I think need it. But on really high bursting stacks, I almost always lose at least one person if I didn't have MD. Yeah, nobody told me to off myself or anything. Nobody was harsh about it. I don't think anybody said anything at all. But I just in passing saw somebody make a comment about how healers were having a hard time this week, and I was like, man, it is tough. And then I was like, you know what, actually? It's true that healers can help with bursting.
Kill ads.
And it's true that, being able to manage 3-4 stacks is pretty important. But if the group is consistently facing like 5+ stacks in every pull, that is something that your healer can attempt to assist you with, but that's kind of a stacked deck. That is a... Can we just kill it? What are the odds that we can just... Oh, so what's going on with you? Because we're not doing that ad.
Shockwave. Shockwave.
But yeah, I just do my best, hope for the best, and then take whatever happens. Cool. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Shadow, it's kind of weird to be slinging Holy Novas. That is strange. That is pretty weird. Oh, they want to do another one with me. Okay. I don't see why not. I should spend my talent points. I guess I can just spend them on anything and then I can worry about it later. Ooh, asphyxiate. I don't know if I'm supposed to take that, but oh no, Azor's being effective on me would be really good too. And then summons an additional copy. Yeah, let's get really good rune weapons. People always say healers struggle. Warriors mages being in a bad place. Yeah. Yeah. I think, what do I think? Not much. Head empty. How did I get the fastest bird in here? There. Off and away. Build up some bone shield, and off we go. I see a lot of debuffs on their frames. Are those all mine? It must be from Dancing Rune Weapon. That's funny. It's like, that's a lot of blood plagues up. How did I do that? I like that Dancing Rune Weapon summons a copy of the weapon that you have transmogged, so if I have this big, like, desecrated gore howl on, I just make, like, more of them. Try not to think too much, makes my head hurt. Yeah, I'm starting to realize... Well, starting to. I don't know. It's coming to my attention that, well, that thinking doesn't actually make me smart. And that, especially if I'm thinking myself in circles, I'm just kind of wearing myself out. I'm not actually getting anywhere. Oh, somebody has a PvP trinket on. Very good rune weapons. Level 3 dungeons, how do you maintain gear? Yeah, they didn't remove heirlooms. I'm wearing them. I think they're great. They no longer give you an experience bonus is the big change that they made, so a lot of people won't worry about heirlooms. And that's totally reasonable and fair. But it is nice to have them so that you don't have to worry too much about your gear. You also get gear in dungeons, though. I get pieces to drop. You get, like, a bonus satchel from every dungeon that you do that gives you something. I got a belt I'm actually going to put on. And then you also get, you know, boss loot sometimes, if you're lucky. Let's do this. Come back here. I have so much blood plague. Oh, is there somebody outside? Oh. I see, I see. Oopsies.
Rushing winds coming.
I'll wait for a sec. Yeah, I am a Maghar Orc DK. Just because that's what the randomizer rolled for me. And it's pretty cool. I get one racial that gives me random secondary stats. I don't know what the rest of my racials do. I forgot to check and I keep forgetting to check. Oh yeah, look at that damage. Who's number one? It's me! Same randomizer? No, I have a Nightborn Mage. Oh, that's cool. 11 DK. It's fun, yeah. It's very different from what I normally do, which is kind of a rewarding thing to do sometimes because it just reminds you that, you know, the things that you like are stuff that you pick, but it's not the only thing you can do. It's nice to break out of your bubble sometimes just to remind yourself that you can. Dodge attack. Press this button and...
Watch your step.
I guess, this button.
AoE incoming.
I wish I could heal other people with my Death Strike.
Watch your step.
My pet has more health, and my mount is faster outdoors. Even faster than Death Knight faster? Savage
AoE
Blood.
incoming.
Reduces the duration of poisons, diseases, and curses by 10%. That's pretty good. I get 10% mounted speed from that. Does it stack with my mounted speed from being a Death Knight? Because if so, I am zooming. Knew the Holy Priest was a lie. She's been Blood DK this whole time. A horde Blood DK. Ooh, this boss is fun. So these guys, I don't know if they like randomize threat or if they just like, I don't know. Here, let's grab some of these. I feel like we lose these a lot. Let's get some more blood shield up. Oh, they fixate. That's what happens. That's what's going on. So I could grip them back, but that's why we don't do all 3 packs unless we're feeling really brave. A link to the auras and stuff you use? No, I don't really use very many. Most of my UI is a default UI just made in edit mode. I have an add-on spreadsheet, and then I have a plater profile posted. So my nameplates that are over enemies' heads, that I have posted if you type !plater. But this week where I just kind of grabbed off Wago, I was Googling Blood Shield weekers. This one, and some of this.
Ads coming. Defensive.
I thought that was an ad channel, but that's just mindplay.
Defensive. Ads coming.
I'm excited to get Tombstone later. I think that's going to be kind of cool.
Defensive.
Oh yeah, look at my healing. Who needs a team when you're a blood DK? You just do everything yourself.
Defensive.
Well, not everything. Paige Belden, thank you for the 37-month resub. Welcome to the dark side. Enjoy the cookies. So, can I death advance through the awful part of this, or is that not going to work? I guess I'm going to find out is what's going to happen here. It's my big exciting idea. How long does death advance last? 10 seconds. So I'm going to get to the corner, and I'm going to see if I can just cheat. Huh? Oh, yeah. Woo! See, who says Death Knights are slow? Alright, they're on the road. So the Adepts, I remember I need to interrupt or something. Or just kill them, that works too. Thanks for the new strat. Death Advance is kind of OP. You can bypass a lot of annoying stuff with it. It's pretty sick. And Death Knights say Death Knights are slow. DKs be cheesing. I know people like using the minimal UI, like seeing things. Don't crowd the center of the screen. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a balance for everybody, because sometimes if something's really on the periphery, I find that I don't notice it, and then it doesn't do me any good as an alert. But when I end up with too many things in the middle, then I can't see what's going on, and that's no good either. Let's do this, and then kick that. Yeah. Self-destruct seems like I should move away from it. That seems like a you problem. Guys, my raid team used to play DK, would complain about being slow all the time. Listen, raid team's only as slow as its slowest member, and you're gonna have to wait for the Death Knight / Priest / Paladin anyway. So, like, what's the point of being fast? They're just getting back to the boss faster so that they can wait for me to catch up. Mind you, being fast in the fight is very useful, but you know what's been really, really handy and fun this week is being a gnome so I can escape artist out of entangling. It's excellent. It's on a 1-minute cooldown, and it just makes entangling go away. So whenever I'm in a key and entangling is like, I'm going to tank him back here. At a really inconvenient time, maybe I'm in like a corner, maybe there's not very much room, maybe I'm busy, I can just press escape artist, and then it's not a problem anymore. the best. No master race. Dwarves have reigned long enough. It's gnome time.
Watch your step.
Have I drowned in a shallow puddle yet? I don't remember the context for this, but I will say I've gotten stuck in... Oh, for being a gnome. No, but when I'm in Darkheart Thicket and I'm trying to mount up with my random favorite mount button, it summons my water mounts because because I'm standing in 2 inches of water, and then the water mount immediately despawns because I'm not actually swimming. So like I have to click like a real mount keybind to mount up whenever I'm in like the Dressround puddles. I always like that druids can shift out of roots. Can't wait for Thanksgiving tomorrow. Kido. Heart Legion leg plates. I got some shoulder mog I didn't have. Actually kind of goes with my set. Cool. Okay, how's my talent points doing? We got another one to spend. Let me check and see if I just invented those last 2 or if those are actually part of the build. I gave myself Gloom Ward, which is good. We needed that. And then I definitely gave myself that one, which is good. We needed that. So I got 1 more point to spend on this side. I'm going to get Bloodworms. I get Wormies. My auto attacks have a chance to summon a Bloodworm. Deal minor damage to your target and then burst. If you drop below half health, your Bloodworms will immediately burst and heal you. That's awesome. I didn't know I get Wormies. Healing even higher. I don't know if worms is a good thing. Oh, no, it's always a good thing. I am going to be right back, and then we're going to jump back in. We're at 47. We're trucking. Huge microphone. We're back. All right, I got to get him back in. I got to see these worms. Have you enjoyed Blood compared to other tanks you played? I've had fun on all of them. I've done... basically a little bit of everything except for... what have I not played? We did a little Vengeance Demon Hunter on Night Flame. I've done Bear on Barnacles. I've done Prot Warrior on Crinkle. I've done some Prot Paladin on Anthus. I've done some Brewmaster Monk, although not lately, but I used to have some Dwarven Brewmaster Monks. I was gonna say Devoker, but they can't tank! They're all good in their own way. I call him Eddie Spaghetti. Does he like pasta? No, it's because he has worms. I do not remember that part of Frasier. That's funny. What inspired the jump into DK life? I used a randomizer to pick an alt for me. Being small helped in BGs. I have a lot of strange dreams, but in one of them I was eating my plushies. I had a dream that I was eating my stuffed animals and I didn't want to be doing it. And they were like looking at me. There was like a little stuffed turtle and or like a frog, and his eyes were like, "Arr!" And he was like getting folded into a tortilla. And then there was like some sauce and some rice and some cheese. And then I was like, I'm sorry, this is just how it has to be. And I was like eating him. and I ate through all of my stuffed animals. And I thought, this is very sad because I loved them, but they were delicious. There were a variety of other things that also happened in that dream, but that part has stuck out to me because I remember the frog watching me as I was consuming him. And my thought wasn't maybe I shouldn't eat stuffed animals because they're not food. My thought was, he doesn't deserve this, but it's too bad. It's just how it's gotta be. Well, I don't make the rules. I just eat them. I don't know, man. All right, what do we got? Shadow Moon Burial Grounds. Oh, a partially done Shadow Moon Burial Grounds. I haven't had this happen to me yet. Oh man, they're going. So is that mom? No, those haven't been pulled. They're up here. Maybe I should eat them. I think it's not indicated for human consumption. Well, a lot of things aren't. And you know what? I don't eat most of them. Now you know the pain of DK trying to catch up. Yeah. I'll get there when I get there. I don't even want to use Dust Advance. What if I need it for something? It's a 45-second cooldown. Besides, they seem to be doing fine without me. I wonder if that's why the last tank left. They felt unneeded. I'm getting experience from the stuff they kill. This is fine by me. Alright. Sit. Sit comfy. More or less. Finger's a little cold. I've been alternating between using my electric heating pad and my hot water bottle to heat my hands up at my desk. And the water bottle feels nicer, and I cannot figure out why. They're both warm. It's heat either way. Oh yeah, they've just pulled that boss. At least there's no wall here, I don't think. Do I like the water bottle because it's wireless? Do I like it because it's like smooshy? Oh no, there is a wall. Oh yeah, it's almost over. Well, it looks like these guys crank, so that's good. Should be over in no time. Maybe because it's round? Perhaps. I think it's nice. Oh, I got an achievement. Wow, when you look at that. I think it's nice just not having to worry about rolling over my cable. Maybe. I don't know. Stays hot for a good long time. Although sometimes... I don't think I burn myself, but I've given myself a rash before by getting too close with a hot water bottle and then get kind of like a heat rash. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm just allergic to wool. Entered my granny core era, taking up crocheting. Oh, nice. That's super, super fun. I have a little kit where I can learn to crochet a little kitty cat that I'm waiting to do. The Holy Priest just nuked that. Oh, it's Holy Nova. I wonder if it scales super funny for leveling. That's funny. All right, we're off and away. I'm going to make a cursory attempt to tank this. Any wormies? Oh, yeah, there's some wormies. I see him. I could move him away from that, or I could just leave him here.
Shockwave.
Nice. That will work. Can you describe the flavor of the frog? It kind of just tasted like a burrito. That is a common thing that gets progressively worse. Heat rashes. Or crocheting. It comes for us all sooner or later. Okay, what's my next talent point? What am I going to take? I am... This blue one. Auto attacks give me runic power, or... I didn't fill in... I think that's the one that I want. Yeah, we'll do that. Because that'll let me get into the lower section of the tree. Level 48. Oh, the hot water bottle rash. Oh, okay. You'd think that tanking would warm up your fingies. Not so much. My hands get really cold when I'm gaming. You'd think that all the finger moving would encourage your body to send some blood to them. What if they make heated keyboards? They probably do. I probably think it's too much. I'd look at that and go, what has the world come to? I don't need this piece of equipment. Hands become an ice wraith. Peeping in some WoW streams. Welcome. Hi, Pearl Virgo. We're all leveling. I got a blood DK and I'm not afraid to use it. I left my scarf at my sister's place. I gotta go pick it up sometime. I didn't realize how important it was to my winter bundling strategy until I had to go for walks without it. Alright, everybody here, more or less. Okie dokie, let's go. All aboard the choo-choo train. Hazel's more or less wild ride. There's some of this, and some of this, some of that. And then you can come with me. And then I'm going to stop pulling more things because we appear to have taken some damage. So we're going to take it a little easy. You got to decide what kind of tank you want to be and what kind of tank you don't want to be. And, you know, going is good, but I do want to have a cursory idea of, like, how much health people have. I think that's why it's a good thing that I've kept, like, my party frames that I use when I'm healing. Just so I can have some eye on it. Yeah, you guys are coming with. And then you guys are coming with. I did a pug key recently where the tank was just zooming ahead like we were in the MDI. And we weren't in the MDI. And we had like 20 minutes left on the clock. So we weren't really in danger of not timing the key. But they were doing, and maybe we had so much time because they were pulling so aggressively, but maybe it was just because I was sleepy, but it was a lot. It was very tough to keep up with. We had a few wipes that I think could have been avoided if we had just calmed down. Main issue with tanking is I don't really get how to keep aggro. It would probably do me some good to learn a little bit about how threat actually works in retail as opposed to in classic, if there's any specifics that help me get more threat. But for the most part as a tank, you get threat by hitting things, and by being a tank you do so much threat that you should keep it. And then you have your taunt as kind of like a failsafe on like an 8-second cooldown. You can like force a thing to hit you for a while, and hopefully you hit it enough time in that window for where is he? He's over here. Hopefully you hit it enough in that window. Oh, he dodged. For you to get back to the top of the threat table. But sometimes there are issues, especially in the very beginning of a pull. You'll have DPS that will open with like a beacon trinket or something crazy. And see, I don't have that on this right now. I don't know if I can take this guy. And they just like rip off the boss and get punched before the tank like does anything. And that happens even in high keys. That happens even in regular rate. That happens a good amount of the time. Okie dokie. We have, ooh, a two-handed axe. Is it cool? Sure. Pop and beacon on echo and pull. Insta-wipe. Or sometimes there's a couple of awkward situations where a boss will drop aggro in between mechanics. I can't name any examples right now, but there are some fights that do this. Like a boss will have a phase, and then it'll have like a fresh threat table after it exits the phase. So if you hit it again too quickly once it becomes attackable, if you get to it before the tank will, then you're going to tank it for a second, which becomes spicy and exciting. Third boss of Temple of the Jade Serpent, she turns into a dragon. That's good to know. A lot of ways to beacon being popped by DPS and Heroic Echo. Sark did that. Yeah, Sark's punched a few people. I got punched by the last boss. Was it the last boss? It was a boss in Throne of Tides. No, it was the Mindbender boss. It was Gersha in Throne of Tides. Two of us. I don't feel like I was even very close to him. I don't know if that one has a threat drop or if there's just hang on, I'm gonna get the motion sick elixir if it's here. Hi, excuse me, if you could give me one of these, and I'm gonna pop it on real quick. A few times in 2 minutes we get one shot going into phase 2. Yeah. So is that a frontal? Might be. He just points that at me. It is kind of nice being able to stand and stuff. I do have 5 stacks of Ignite. Okay, they're gone. Beacon for a while myself, but I always wait. Yeah, that's smart. We're nearly 49. What time is it? It's 10:30? I wonder if I can get to 60 today. It depends on if it slows down dramatically in like the 50s. It might. Sometimes it does. I don't really know what the pace of leveling is anymore. I'm just kind of hoping for the best. This is all great practice though. I don't feel like this is that different from how tanking's going to be at Endgame, so it's nice to be able to kind of get a chance to play the class a bit. Let's do some of these things. And then I'm going to kind of point things vaguely this way. cooldowns are fun. Good morning, Hazel. Good morning. Let everybody kind of catch up to me a little bit. Because the door closes. I've had issues with that before. Face tanks are the last 5% of Dathia in Season 1, too. Nice.
Phase 2.
I'm really looking forward to Raid tonight. I'd like to be... I'm having a realization that I don't know what you do in this fight as a tank. You tank ads, I guess. I'd like to be relatively, like, awake and focused. How do I plan for that in advance? Something about eating the right thing for dinner. Take a cold shower. I don't know. So we're gonna not stand in the cannon. And then I'm gonna, like, grab these guys. Once a week, we'd watch someone fall to the tank slap on the jailer back in Shadowlands. I would fall to the tank frontal on Sarkareth in Dragonflight. I would just get too carried away, too overly focused on something else, and then the tank frontal would go off, and I would be like, oops, I guess I have to go down. Because the last thing you want to do is blow up with a tank frontal. Most of our heroic wipes, I think, were due to that. At least once we were progressing to phase 3, was just someone gets clipped by a tank frontal, they don't notice, or they don't manage to get it down in time, and they explode on the whole raid. Because they didn't mitigate any of it, because they're not the tank. That was a huge problem for us in Sarkareth. They weren't all me, but some of them were me. Another boomer. Get it?
Phase 3.
There we go. There we go. That's what we needed. Okay. That's a long fight. Okay. I want my ghoul, and I want my rune weapon, and I want to get all these things. That's a death knight. That's okay. There we go. Problem solved. Job done. See, look at my rune weapons coming with me. They're so friendly. They're so happy. So I'm going to wait for this because I don't trust this platform. I have been getting toasted by the lightning eels in Throne of Tides this season. I know that you can sort of see on the floor with the light and the dark sections where they're going to toast, but it's too subtle for me. I've been getting cooked. I am ceviche. Just pour an acidic juice on me, and then I shall be cooked. Okay. It's like lightning. Lava Orb Boss and Raid, random shadow on the ground. Tire Raid goes, huh. Yeah, I am a Maghar Orc Blood DK. I mogged her up in Nihilitha plate, so she's kind of head to toe covered right now. But like, look at this axe. Do DKs have a buff or a debuff? I know I have a
Runaway.
B-res.
Breath incoming. Shockwave.
I couldn't tell if that those arrows were from our hunter or if they were from
Breath incoming.
the fight.
Shockwave. Breath incoming.
There you go. Job done. Level 50. I feel like I just hit 45. I guess that's the experience buff for you. Thanks, people. How you liking Blood DK? It's fun. I like my blood worms. I like my rune weapons. I like my death strike. I am looking forward to I don't know. Getting to a fight where I feel like I need any of it. I think it's just leveling. It's very all or nothing. It's either everything's falling apart and it's too late, or everything's fine and you never take any damage. There's not a lot of middle ground yet. So, do I need any of these? No, I think I can clear all that stuff up. And then I've got another talent point to spend. Time walking? Nah, just queuing random leveling dungeons. I'm in the WoD expansion right now, but I've been switching it around to different ones, just kind of mix it up a little bit. Try not to get too bored. Try not to do the same dungeons too many times. I like the older ones. I like Wrath and BC dungeon queues, except that Wrath can put you in Strathholm and BC can put you in Durnhold. Gold from that. Some gold from that. I've just been vendoring those things. Ezekiel, thank you for the 28-month resub. Very much appreciated. And Wolven with a 7-month resub. Thank you. Yeah. I would say, look at my Magheart work, but I don't think you would know she's a Magheart work. Oh yeah, talent point. That's right. One of each, huh? Yeah, I like leveling alts because they don't really need to have anything in their bags, so you can pretty reasonably have like pretty much dead empty bags. So that one, 2 points into here, 1 point into here. Death Advance. Ooh, yeah, we want that. Extra charge of Death Advance, Death and Decay, and Death Grip. We like that. And then over here, I made it down to this one. I missed some stuff up here. I think I need to go back and get Heartbreaker. Well, Wealth New Season's just calling to me. Level and all, and then play it in the new season. Oh? That's my plan anyway. We'll see. I got 10 more levels to 60, and then I gotta do Dragonflight leveling to 70. And then she can be a season 3 hero. I'm gonna be Azeroth's gift to +2 keys. Does not have an alt addiction, clearly. Would it be more fair to say I have a WoW addiction and this is just one of the things I do with that time? Is it an addiction or is it a lifestyle? Yes. Oy. Both. Strange. Why is the door sealed? I love this dungeon, but I could stand for the RP to be like 10% of what it is. During the time walking extravaganza, got 30 alts to max level. Holy. That's pretty juicy. That's pretty good. Wonder how big Hazel's warband is going to be. I don't think I'm going to have like 50 max level characters. Although, I don't know. Especially if I just kind of... I really enjoyed the randomized game, so I might keep doing this after I reach the goal. Like, I might get other alts up to speed and play them for a little bit. Just kind of make a little project out of it. Because nothing says that I have to keep a character and, like, play it through the whole season. I could set a goal, like, clearing the normal raid or getting it to, like, a threshold item level. And then once I've done that, which you could reasonably do within like a couple of weeks at Endgame, you can play something else. Nothing says that you have to stick with the same alt and play it through the entire season. That's traditionally been how I used to do it, or how people used to do it. But, you know, if it's fun to play a character for a couple weeks and then switch to a different one, then by all means, nothing wrong with that. I think that might be what I'll do. And that'll be like a nice little sort of crash course in how a lot of different specs work, too. Especially if it gives me other roles so I'm not just healing all the time. And it might even be fun to heal on different healers and find out how they work. This dungeon is pretty. I like all the stained glass. There's some old houses in Victoria that have these really beautiful stained glass windows that have been there for a long time. I always like looking at them as I go by. Only leveling alt for world quests. That's it. That's fair. I'm excited to see what it's like to catch a character up as a fresh 70, because sometimes people ask me what they should do, and I don't really know what to tell them. There's too many different things that they can do. They're all good. So I'm excited to kind of take a swing at it myself and maybe make some notes about what I do so I have some advice to share, because I don't know. It seems like a lot of the stuff gives relevant gear. So it could be like a big list, but if you do everything on the big list, you could reasonably get your character fairly set up, you know, within the constraints of your crest caps anyways, pretty fast. And the crest caps are cumulative, right? So Noble's doing a project chronicling that right now. Recommend going through the experience.
3, 2, 1.
Trying it for
Find
yourself.
shield.
Yeah. If all you care about gears, Mythic Plus or Mythic 0 is the fastest way to do it. I think I'm probably not the only person that does not feel confident to jump into Mythic Plus on a freshly leveled character with absolutely no gear, though. I think that having some recommendations for how to get your gear started in outdoor, like, soloable content is probably relevant to a lot of people that aren't ready to jump into group content on a character that's, like, brand new. You're right. If you, like, I mean, and that logic goes a long ways. Like, if you can get a group to, like, carry you through a raid split and funnel your gear, then by all means, that's the fastest way to gear. But I think sometimes people are looking for, like, the most practical thing to do that has a chance of going reasonably well without getting into conflict with other people. That can be self-propelled, that doesn't rely on other people as well. So it's not like you need to do your whole gearing process outdoors, although you certainly can. But it's nice to get started there, especially if you finish leveling on, like, heirlooms, you know. Not even comfortable jumping into 10s at 444. Yeah, I feel that. Even on my priest, I built my key up because I wanted to get a feel for the keys as I went before I just started plugging into, like, 13s. I wanted, like, I figured I probably could do those things, but I wanted to see all the lower levels just to kind of get my bearings, get oriented a little bit. Excuse me, if you could come back here. Building up your own key feels really good too. It was the first time I've ever done it. Typically, I would just kind of not even have a key and then do someone else's key and then get my key from that. But this time around, I did mine, and it was actually really fun. We did it on stream. We chained a bunch of them, and it was kind of nice to get started. Plus, when my raid key night, or my guild key night finally came around, I was like, I have an option that we could do. It wasn't like, I have it too. You know, I'm no use here. I did my homework. So unlike me. Gonna do a new alt. Level, gear it, entirely open world to see how far it can be pushed. I think you can do pretty far. I think the open world has become a very valid gearing path, which is great. I'm really happy you can get tier from it now. So, once again, I'm just going to kind of dot this thing and then leave it alone. Those guys run around too. That's a 7-second cast. I think we're just going to kill it. I'm going to save my kicks. Should I do the Dragonflight story or make a new tune and restart? It depends. Are you interested in seeing the story? It's not going anywhere, but now's as good a time as any to enjoy it. There's lots of it available. Totally up to you. Season seems a lot easier than the last one. 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, and bam! I like that. I remember enjoying this in Warlords when on a prot paladin you had some kind of a light wrath thing that was like an AoE that would stun demons and undeads. And I was just so thrilled to the teeth that they were all demons and I could just like AoE stun and kick all the Fell Blasts at once with like my little... I forget what it's called, but I had like a little AoE Holy Blast situation. And I felt like a real tank. Look at me go. Welcome back, Scarlet. Got a kitty cat sleeping on the chair. Love the concept of blood decay, but doing hard content on it seems stress-inducing. I am interested to see how it feels once I get out of leveling and get into the beginning of doing like endgame Dragonflight content. Because I've always found when leveling characters, there's a big gap there. Where when you're leveling and you're wearing heirlooms, you're kind of overpowered, everything's pretty easy, everything dies pretty fast. There's often DPS in the group that are trucking hard enough that things just kind of fall over and it's not a problem. But when you first hit endgame, it's a very like sudden splash of water where you're not leveling anymore, your heirlooms are officially suck. And you don't have any of your endgame gear or like extra fun abilities or anything yet. So all of a sudden you go from being a big fish in a small pond to a piece of krill in the ocean surrounded by humpback whales. I always thought krill were microscopic. Apparently they can be quite large. But you catch up. And I think that that period of feeling like super underpowered is almost necessary for me because that means that as I get kind of the hang of things and as I get more gear, all of those gear upgrades that you get, and you get a lot of them very early, very quickly, they feel super good because you have a problem that you're fixing. I think if you were awesome right away, there would be not as much incentive to gear and it wouldn't feel as good to get upgrades because you don't really need them. It's nice to get a thing and be like, I needed this. I got through that last thing by the skin of my teeth and this will help, you know? You've got like an actual problem that you're fixing. Planning on your Mythic Plus team to take your DK into Mythic Plus or pugging? I was gonna mostly pug. I don't think my friends need me to tank anything. Nobody asked for that. Although certainly if none of the normal tanks are around, I can. One of our tanks also plays everything else, and I'm sure he would love a chance to heal or DPS. So I might play with, I don't know. I was planning on mostly pugging, but we'll see. Whatever's around. I'm Captain Runic Power, I should spend it. Why not both? Why not both? Both sounds great. My guild, everyone's always begging for tanks. Anyone who runs with me, though, is going to have to be patient with me while I figure out what on earth I want to pull. They're going to be following behind me being like, why did you pull that? And I would be like, I don't know. It looked at me funny. I figured we need percentage, and I have no concept of from what. We all here? More or less? Yeah, there we go. Feels nice having those extra charges and stuff. I didn't even use my extra death grip charges, but I think it'll be good. Goodbye! I forgot he jumps off the edge. I didn't even see him do it last time. I think he died before he managed to jump. I feel like I looted him. That's why I got those green bracers or whatever. Okie dokie. Thanks, people. Another talent point. Nice thing about this experience buff is you get a talent point after pretty much every dungeon. So you always feel like you got something for your time. So I'm over here. I caught up on this one. Yeah, 10% haste with bone shield up. That'll be good. And then we're going to get down into that, and that's going to give me 10% armor, which will also be good. Looking forward to that. Over here, we're going to get into Insidious Chill, which slows their auto attack speed. Because the 2 capstones they have me take are Empower Rune Weapon, which gives me haste and runic power, and then Soul Reaper, which it has a lot of words and I'm scared. Strike an enemy and debuff them. After 5 seconds, if they're below 35% health, it explodes. If they die, gain runic corruption. What's runic corruption? Is that a thing that I should know? Runic? No. Okay. If I shift, no, there's no. Oh well, that's a later me problem. We'll get that one later. I thought I was following the Blood Death Knight leveling. Oh no, I'm following the general Blood Death Knight cheat sheet. That's what's going on. I see. Oh look, we're back here. You guys. How's my damage? Number 2. Although I did pop my cooldown, so that's probably why. I've always loved the music in Draenor Dungeons. The Akandun music and then this one I feel like are so cool. They've got cool vocals in them. Not a ton of WoW music has vocals anymore. Some of it does. But I always liked this. It always felt very Cirque du Soleil. So you can come with me. Oh, we lost a DPS. You can come with me. And yeah, you're on your way. And then maybe we'll yeah. Are you happy with this? One of my problems on this guy is that she has global mouse over turned on, and sometimes I don't kick the correct target because I'll accidentally have a mouse over that I'm not meaning to have. Okay, let's do this. Maybe these guys. Interrupt that at least. That'll help. So I am doing some damage. Blood Boil, Death and Decay. I guess it's a big pull. I think my plan for leveling through Dragonflight is going to be to prioritize the Dream Surge Zone, because that's going to give, what, 25% extra XP on top of the 19% here. And then do, like, sort of world quests and regular quests out there. And if I can get to a point where I have dungeon quests for whatever dungeon's in there, then to do the dungeon. But I think that Dragonflight's going to be kind of my questing era, because that way I can take advantage of that experience buff. I feel like that might be good. Plus I can finally gather, which she might need some actual gold to fund her life at level 70. Buy a couple of those pricey tepid Versaphiles or something, I don't know. And if she can pick a couple of herbs and then sell them, that will help.
Ads coming. Shockwave.
A-Bomb was super fun. It's the first capstone I didn't go for. I'll have to play with it then. I like having a ranged interrupt. It's nice.
Ads coming. Shockwave.
Problem with the prices is Awakened Frost is nuts. It would be really, really valuable to farm it right now. There's so much demand for it because it's used in so many really important parts of what guilds are burning through to progress through the raid right now. So the demand's gone through the roof and the supply just hasn't kept up. There is great gold right now for anybody that wants to farm Frost to sell. Because that's driving a lot of the prices. I know I want to craft some stuff with alchemy to sell. I've been busy. I wasn't around much of yesterday. It's like this is my window. This is my moment. This is my chance. Maybe I'll try to just have it on today. Just make stuff and post it. Cobra skin for the Mill Bracers was going for 40k yesterday. Holy. I finally crafted, that was the other piece of gear that I got on my priest that I forgot to show you guys. We got another spark, so I crafted an embellish. I made a lariat. Because I have a couple of gem slots. I'm going to lose them, but I figure I'll get them back eventually. Plus my neck was awful. I had an old neck that I couldn't replace. Whereas my bracers right now is the other good thing that I can take. But my bracers are like the only good piece of gear that I have. I have like some heroic bracers with a socket and like avoidance on them that I don't really want to replace just yet. So I figure that'll be my next embellish when I get another spark. That, or maybe I'll just take Verdant Tether. I don't know. But I made a lariat for now because I had enough aspect crest to make like a 486 one or something crazy. And that'll last me for like the whole season. This transmog is from Nyalotha. The set is anyways. I don't know where I got the axe from. It's called Zalato, Desecrated Image of Gorhel. Spending around 3 hours average a day crafting, made 1 mil since the patch. Nice. Yeah, at least it doesn't have to be active time. You can kind of like have it on while you do other stuff. Although sometimes it's nice to just watch the bar, watch the multi-crafts. I should probably switch to... I could probably stand to switch to stacking instead of overlapping nameplate behavior so that I could more easily like snipe kicks and grips and stuff to move stuff in. On 2 of those hours, just Omnium Draconis. What spec do you think I should do in alchemy that'll make decent gold? I mean, eventually all of them. It does not hurt to start in the right-hand tree, though, because that will teach you how to make things very, very efficiently, and it will give you Primal Convergent and Omnium Draconis, which are good things to make and sell in their own right. Later on, you can make gold out of all of the different wings of it, but you need to have those points in that first wing on the right-hand side. I forget what it's called, but the one that gives you like inspiration and resourcefulness and multi-craft and stuff. You gotta have that done first. You don't gotta, but that's what I ended up doing.
Run. Big ad. Run. Run.
Alchemical Theory, that's the one. That's what they call it. What are your thoughts on the WoW token change? The WoW token change. The thing where they need you to pay for a month of game time since 2017? Or is there a different change? Because that one seems to be mostly targeted at bots. It is true that there's probably legitimate players that haven't paid for any game time since 2017. But it seems like if you pay for 1 month of it, then you can kind of go back to doing the other thing for indefinitely. They didn't say you have to pay for 1 month every 12 or anything. They just said if you haven't paid for it since in the last 6 years, then maybe do one just so we can, you know, see that you're a real person. Yeah, I don't think they're targeting normal players with that. 2017 was a long time ago. I suppose I can kill this worm first. Token price and wrath, some folks could afford 2 years of game time on the spot. Hoping it curbs spotting a bit, yeah. Have you guys been seeing a lot of bots around? I haven't noticed much of anything since, like, BFA, but I also don't pay tons of attention. I remember the herb bots of BFA pretty clearly, because you would see them. Although there's a fair few there's a fair number of occasions where somebody will see somebody playing and just assume they're a bot because they're grinding very rhythmically and persistently for a long period of time. And some players just like to grind and will do so rhythmically and persistently for a long period of time. Sometimes it really is an actual person. But anecdotally, it doesn't look as bad to me as it did back then, but I could be just not paying enough attention to the right purpose of the game. Quite prevalent in BFA still. I see. Did notice a lot of multi-boxing druids gathering herbs in Najatar. Yeah, the Zin and Thid, that was good stuff. Those are valuable. Oh, I got some gloves. Come along with me. Wonder if Does run an activity report. Some hardcore grinders in an obscure area. They go, what are they doing? Selling my BFA herbs very quickly lately. Bots farming coursers and bastions. Maybe I'm just naive. I just assume everything's definitely not nefarious. Business as usual, working as intended. Gold sellers spell out their websites and identical dead bodies in the ground. I remember piles of corpses. I guess I never stopped to read them. I remember the piles of corpses in Orgrimmar specifically. Or like they would do it in feasts. I remember people would make big creations out of like tons of feasts.
Interrupt. Watch your feet.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Level 53. All right, now what do we get? does sound kind of fun. I know I'm taking these ones anyways. So let's go into that. And then over on this side, what do they want me to take? Oh, I'm in my rate spec. Leveling. What do they want me to take over on this side? This one. Deal more damage, take more healing in Death and Decay? Yeah, sure. I'm often in Death and Decay. I'm never going to make it down to Tombstone. Consume charges, gain an absorb shield. That does sound good. I should probably practice using that. What do I have to do for that? We go down into Reinforced Bones. Constantly interrupt casters with flappy hands, drag them around. Kind of toxic in PvP. Hello, hello. How are you? It's nice leveling with an experience buff. I hadn't leveled an alt in a while. I think I spent most of Dragonflight just kind of playing the ones I had. I wonder when it's going to be comfy to farm Zerlite Caverns rares again. I saw that change that they made where they'll despawn if no one's around them, so you can't just log into an empty shard and have it full of rares, and I was a little sad because I want to farm Aquafawn and the Underlight Queen still, and I was hoping I could go back and do that later, and oh man. So thinks it's a tank. Doesn't it take like ages though? I just want to be able to farm it on like a bunch of alts. I can do the Emerald Dream rares. Are you okay? Yeah, okay, you're fine. I haven't done this dungeon in a while. Alright. Wait. Oh. Why? Got another level. It seems like I can do this in pretty small pulls. They seem to hurt people. They do fair few things. We don't need to do a big mega pull or anything. This is kind of like a boss lady. Okay. Arcane Mage easy. Is it? It looks kind of fun. What is that, a Volterra? No, it's a Goblin Mage. Alright, we're going around. One day, I'm gonna make a mage. The question is that day gonna be on a day where a randomizer makes me do it? Or am I going to have the idea independently before then? I feel like I need the randomizer to pick a spec for me, otherwise I'm not going to know what to do. If I play the meta mage spec, whatever that happens to be in a given patch, I'm just going to be disappointed when I can't do meta mage damage. Alright, so that's going to be the don't hit him shield.
Safe now.
Oh, transmog. Getting all kinds of plate. So I think I need to take these guys to the wheel? Question mark? And then just hold them in front of a wheel. What if the wheel hits me? Is that a problem? I'm going to kind of hold them right here. Yeah, there we go. So the wheel can and does hit me, but it's still worth it to kill 3 Okron. What randomizer did you use? I just googled one. There's some kind of a GitHub page that I landed on. Like WoW character generator, WoW alt generator, something like that. So it's level 53. It's 11:10. I want to try to make it to 60 by noon. I think I can do it. So I want... There we go. Now we have some stuff to heal with Deathstrike. This dungeon actually hurts a little bit. There we go. Love this dungeon in Shadowlands Season 4. I would get smoked by stuff in this dungeon. I would get, like, caught by the arrows in the barrage. Like, I would try to time it out, and I would just get caught anyways doing this run. Or... Okay. Boxed him by fire or something. I remember dying a lot here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Deathstrike feels good. Got the Tear and Frost. Dropping 800k Glacial Spike, really fun. How are you guys doing in your tier set acquisition? How's that going? You guys 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces? It's pretty early still. It's only week 2. I have 3 pieces, none of which were from Raid. I got 1 piece from Vault, I catalyzed another piece, and then I got a 3rd piece from my Keystone Master free piece. So if I can get a 4th piece from Raid, then I'll have 4 set, but otherwise I'll just have to wait for next week and do Catalyst. I'm pretty pleased with early Catalyst. Got 4 pieces last night. Nice. 0 pieces. Oh. How does it feel to switch to melee? Melee's always looked daunting. To be honest, I don't like melee. It's too crowded for me. I tend to have a bad understanding of what's going on up here. Partly just from lack of experience and partly because of a lot of visual. Can I call it clutter? I don't know. Clutter implies that it's its fault. It's my fault. I'm just not seeing with my eyes, I think. But being unused to it, I tend to get caught in a lot of stuff up here. Or at least I feel that way. I don't know if it's actually true.
What's your step?
Tanking does give you some leeway, though. I think I'm better off tanking than playing a melee DPS, because at least if I get hit with something as a tank, and as a Blood DK in particular, I can kind of just, like, fix it.
Four.
0 tier. Have a Curio. Tier's a DPS loss for me right now, unless I'm simming it wrong. Oh.
Charging.
You mean these rolling effects that look like Legos in a blender? Speaking of Legos in a blender, I was doing an Ankahet while leveling, like that Wrath dungeon. And in the last fight, there's like an insanity phase where everybody becomes like a little ad that you have to kill. And we had a Boomkin with a new Boomkin form in the group. And when we went into the insanity phase, the Boomkin model turned into a giant glowing white cube that had like 2 feathers on it. There's something about that new one that was not quite ready for that fight yet. It was pretty funny. It worked fine. You could still kill it. It just looked goofy. Super Bloom fights are a visual mess. Yeah, I'm personally feeling very disengaged from the public events. But that might just mean they're not for me. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them. It might just mean that I'm not the target audience for that, which is fine. But I'm feeling a little burned out on them. I still have more cosmetics. All the thing says I need 2 more back pieces. Apparently there's quite a few of them from the Super Bloom. And then I'm excited to keep planting the seeds. So the Bloom's nice as a source of seeds to plant. For sure. I did get a mount, actually. I got a Snowfluff Dream Talon. So now I have one of the cat raptors. Which means that next time I get a Dream Infusion, I can get like the green Dream Cat Raptor, which I'm excited about. I'll have to show that mount after this dungeon. Suspect they'll be more enjoyable when it's dead content. Yeah, perhaps. But it might just be not very fair because I'm having so much fun with the rest of the season right now and with alts and stuff that it's just hard for it to compete. I think in a quieter time, I certainly like Super Blooms a heck of a lot more than I liked Storm's Fury, the Primalist future. That was the worst one in my subjective opinion. I did not care for that. Everything else is better than that one. You can come here. And then you guys can hit me. And then, yeah. Come back here. We'll be doing them for a long time for the rep weekly for Sparks. Yeah, doing one a week seems fine, and maybe that's how they intended it. My Dream Warden's rep, I think, is at like 10 or 11, and I'm good with that. I'm behind a lot of my friends, but that's okay. I don't think there's anything I need from it in the short term. Am I still doing hardcore? I am on break from it indefinitely. The new retail season has snagged my attention. Some guildies of mine got to 20 in reset day. Those plant. Yeah, there was some crazy rep gains for a hot minute there. And then some of my friends are just grinders. They just been doing it early rune, I guess. I did unlock a rep thing that says I can get some pets now. But I didn't see them when I briefly went and looked on a vendor or anything like that. So I should maybe look into that. I suppose I have the whole rest of the expansion. Not in a huge hurry. Can I grip that? No, it doesn't grip. Ooh, bracers. Bracers usually good. Yeah. Big upgrade. Got 3 seed blooms saved for next week so I can buy mounts. I think I'm gonna sit on my seed bloom until I have most of the mounts to get the last ones. Is that what I want to do? I guess it doesn't matter because I'm assuming you cannot get duplicates. So I guess getting them sooner rather than later doesn't really matter. I still need stuff from time rifts. I don't know when I'm gonna do that. I guess whenever I feel like it. Whenever that might be. Who's to say? Too many fun things. I haven't killed normal Farak on my blood DK yet. One of the pets from planting a seed a few days ago. Nice. I was gonna save, I had all these great intentions of saving my, I'm slow, I'm just gonna hide behind this one. Of saving my blue and purple seeds to plant on stream so I could have a chance at getting the,
Find shelter.
the pets and mounts while on stream, but then I was playing off stream and I just kept like walking by seeds that already had like purple ones planted. That's strange. That doesn't end the fight. There we go. And then I would pop one in and then I got a meow. Those gloves are better for me too. Antsy but farming the new druid forms my ults, but there's so much to do already. Do the one-timer for the weekly. Yeah, that's smart. I should do that. I should pick a day and just do one-time rift. Or even just to finish the reputation on my evoker, I guess, just to have it done. Let me clean up my bags and spend my talent points. And I want to show you those new mounts too. So we don't need any of this. I have 4,000 gold just from leveling. I'm level 54. We've got another point over here. We were going to head towards grabby hands, so we're going to do it via this. Yeah, so mount-wise. The new Keystone Master mount is the Verdant Armoredon. Got this one yesterday, so that's the new one. I kind of like it. I like the little moosey looking antlers. They're not really moose antlers, but they're not. I like the little rune thing on the saddle. It's kind of grassy. It's very Bulbasaur. And then the one that I got from the seed, I got that one. Got the white one. Wasn't really a fan of the Keystone Mounts this X-Pack. Yeah, I think they took a lot of people by surprise. They weren't... Although, honestly, I don't know if I love the Keystone Master Mounts last X-Pack either. Keystone Master. We got, like, these... I don't know. These things. They're fine. You know, they fly. Do I ever ride them? Not really. the BFA Keystone Master mount. I liked this one just because this is a nice color. I like that dark teal. That was cool. These things are kind of eh. The fire one was kind of neat, and even that one fell a tiny bit flat. But that's okay. Wish they changed models, not colors. I'm okay with having like one model that they recolor throughout an expansion, so you've kind of got that theme of like, these are the Keystone Master mounts for said expansion. But, I don't know, the Armoredons are just, they're fine. They're like spiky Kodos. I'll appreciate them more later, maybe. Keystone Master already? Yeah, I rushed it to get the free piece of hero tier, because I'm trying to get my tier set up and running as fast as possible so I can hopefully help us with progression. Dragon riding skins or something? I'm actually kind of... Yeah, maybe. Mr. Moose's awakening. I can hear him. Oh, Everbloom again. Alright. Hello. Welcome. Come with me. You know what I should do is not pull Gnarl Root. He takes forever. It should be the piggybacking Ysera's health form. Season 2's now pretty dope. Speaking of grabby hands. Trying to get all this stuff in. Who doesn't like doing pulls like that, though? I don't have grabby hands yet. Oh, don't be herbing. Just trying to loot. There we go. Yeah, 54.5. I can totally make it. Also, we can totally skip that guy. I'm gonna try and skip him. He's the first boss. I mean, he's the alternate universe version of the first boss of Ymir. But he takes too long, and we're not in a Mythic Plus, so we don't need him for percentage. I'm running. I'm gonna grab these guys. And I'm gonna grip you. These caster packs are kind of... Oh, Gnarl Root. I was hoping we could avoid this. Alrighty. That Mender. If you could cease. There we go. Who else are we still fighting? We're still fighting all of these guys. So you guys can... I'm gonna stack on you and I'm gonna bring this over here. Something like that. Kind of mad we haven't gotten a duck mount yet in Dragonflight. Yeah, we all got excited, or I got excited when I saw the duck models, and I guess I just naively assumed that would mean we were gonna get a duck mount. How presumptuous of me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where they are. Maybe they're just saving it for the very end. What if that's
Nothing
the season 4, like the new Jellycat? It's a duck for doing the faded raids or whatever they end up calling them.
Killads.
Hopefully they'll sneak one in somewhere.
Breath incoming. Killads.
Sad, missed the Jellycat map. I wonder if they would ever add stuff like that to the trading post, or if that would upset too many people, or if upsetting people is a thing they still consider, or if they just kind of live life and accept that our attention spans are short and we're gonna forget. It's true for me, anyway. Why are people focused on the ducks? Because they're cute. It was just kind of like a meme for a long time that it was like a strange creature for WoW to be missing when they have so many other normal animals. A world where you can go around and find skunks and otters and beavers and, you know, dogs and cats and deer and antelope, that ducks were just missing. My biggest issue with ducks was not how long they were missing. I feel like the dragonflight ducks don't look very much like ducks. They have very thick necks. I don't mean to duck shame them. They just weren't quite what I had in mind. But if I want to see a real duck that badly, I can just go to like the park. And perhaps I should do that. Alright, let's gather up some stuff, shall we? You guys. And you guys. This. Yeah, Blood DK works fine. They got all kinds of buttons. Sure, Moose would enjoy that also. I haven't taken him to see the ducks yet. I think he would get very intrigued. Perhaps to the degree of overwhelm. I don't know if he would want to play with the ducks or eat the ducks, or if he would be caught in a internal confusion of whether duck was friend or food. I certainly would not allow him to eat the ducks. You know. The duck is so tasty.
Interrupt 1.
I'll tank it on this one this time.
Target you.
Although the other one's the healer, I guess. I might be able to just hit the kick on the heel just by virtue of having a ranged
Target
kick.
you. Interrupt 1.
Yeah. There we go. I'm assuming they were planning on having some form of polymorph mechanic. Duckmorph, perfect. Oh, on the council fight. Mm. Oh, I got a belt. Oh, I needed a belt. That's a 50 item level upgrade. Plus it had 15 shared appearances. These WoD dungeons are nice to get Mog from because they all shared like one kind of combined set of appearances. And you get one thing that you needed. All of a sudden there's a ton of other stuff that you no longer need. I'm gonna do this pretty conservatively again. I think it's too easy to lose people to these stretch pulls. Oh, that doesn't kick. I think that surprised me last time. That you can't grip the pyromancer. Sea Tank's not looting much stuff. Do you have an auto loot add-on or something? I think I'm just... I mean, I'm not a normal tank, so I'm not an expert. I think I just don't loot things. Like, I'm just too busy running forward to go back and loot things, you know? There's too much go to have any stop. But I don't know if that's why everybody else does it. Keepy Ranger, thank you for the 18-month resub.
Watch your
Takes away from death and decay time. Doesn't let me get my wormies. Look at these little guys. They're so small and cute. Yeah, you can auto loot, but you still have to click once to loot. You can't just loot stuff by running near it. You need to loot at least one mob. But you can have it, so you can make it so you can just click on one of them and it'll loot everything within a range that was for you. So if I get to 60 today, then maybe tomorrow. I don't think I can do 60 to 70 in one stream. Maybe half of it? I don't know. I guess we'll see how fast it is. I'm excited about my Dream Surge Zone plan. I think that's good. We'll find out.
shockwave.
I wonder if we can get Lust.
Shockwave. Killads.
I'm a queen of not pressing Lust whenever I have it, so I can't judge anybody else for not doing it.
Shockwave. Shockwave. Run over the flowers.
No, I don't think I will. Level 55. $60 to 71 stream sounds like a challenge. Gold quest up in Dream Search for money? Wait for the magpies. Oh, okay. I was just thinking of questing the Dream Search for experience. Alright, we want to clear out the bags again, spend another talent point. I haven't timed how long my average dungeon takes me. I don't know. Oh yeah, I wanted Tombstone because I wanted to just practice with it. You consume Bone Shield charges to get runic power and a big absorb, so you could do that. It's like a 1-minute cooldown. You could do that in advance of some damage. And practice that. She has like 4k gold, right? Not bad. Just from like end of dungeon money and like vendoring blues. Tank for the cash, 1k raw gold, 1 to 4 runes. Thanks, Carlenzo. Yeah, I think we can maybe make it to 60. It just depends on how fast these go. WoD dungeons have been pretty good. I wonder if it's just because there's this lingering perception of WoD is like the fastest leveling dungeon. WoD dungeons are generally pretty fast, but the fastest dungeons are just gonna be the ones where the queues pop, I think. Normal day for you tomorrow? No holidays? Yeah. Maybe a little extra time off just because there's no raid night for my team because most of my team is Americans. So they're spending holidays with their families. I think Moose is getting antsy. He's learning to tell time, but he's only all right at it. Where am I? What is this? I have only vague recollections of this place. I'm gonna press that button. There we go. Tombstone. Big absorb. Ubers? I guess so. Yeah, they did do this in WoD. I remember this was a dungeon they brought out at the end of MoP as like part of the WoD launch. Was they let us into this one early, and I remember the very beginning of the Carbon Guild life running this dungeon with them. Okay. So I guess I need to do these things. I don't remember a thing about this dungeon. We'll find out. Press buttons. Any buttons. There's cannons. There's some... Here, we'll spread some death and decay. I can have 2 of them. That's fun. I don't know. Why are these people over here? Are they they're trying to fix the cannon? Ubers was iconic. I mostly remember our healer at the time complaining about hallways in this dungeon. Hallways and staircases. I guess there was some like close quarters for line of sight. Okay, so there's runes that you extinguish. I guess by just killing the people that were on them? Do we have to kill the cannons? Does that do anything? We've done 3 of 5. Oh, I missed them downstairs. Oh, I have to do these ones. News to me. Alright. Surprised by how many of my raid team's not American. So we have an optional raid schedule. I couldn't tell you the names of any of the bosses in this dungeon. I think there's something to do with a dragon. This is a real mystery, real adventure. This brain shelf has been cleaned off a long time ago. Okay. Oh, now there's a bunch of bosses. This seems like a big project of a dungeon. Am I gonna try for Jenkins while I'm here? Not on purpose. You don't remember Warlord Zayla. The name sounds familiar. The whatever she did beyond me. Something lightning something. Nope, it's gone. I thought I knew for a second. I thought I remembered something based on this. It might come back to me when we pull it. At least it's just a leveling dungeon, so I feel like it's fine. It has something to do with these traps. You have to click these things. You disrupt the conduits. And then maybe we do it again in the fight? He's an ore bender. That sounds like a good profession. It's nice to have a job. Cannons to shoot her off. Oh no.
Phase change.
Yeah, so we have to... Oh, yeah. I guess that's the mechanic. He lights one of them up again, and then you have to go click on it while not getting toasted by all this excess lightning.
Phase change.
And there it is in the corner. We can just, like, go. Yep. I guess I could just wait up there for the DPS to do it. Never
Phase
ever seen the
change.
not classic version. It hasn't come up lately. Like, it's not part of Time Walking. It's not been in, like, I don't know, any MDI events or anything. We haven't had it as part of the season. Okay. I'm just using the map to try to figure out where to go. I guess the opening doors is a good hint, too. I don't know. Oh, this
Watch
guy
your
did
step.
something. This was hard. There was some kind of a dart. He had...
Watch your step.
I'm like excited as I remember it, but I don't remember what it was. I guess I'll find out. There was some
Watch
kind
your
of a...
step.
Interrupt him. Yes, we kick him. Debilitating fixation. Why do I think there was some kind of a healing dart? Rejuvenating serum. Okay.
4, 3, 2,
Watch your feet.
1.
I don't remember what the point of that was. It was hard once upon a time. In a different difficulty. Ooh, a ring. Where do we go? Stairs? Up, maybe? Oh yeah, up here. PTR NPC companions? No. These are people. Don't know why, but I like watching you tank. That works out. I couldn't tell you why either. Sure, here's a door. Look, guys, I found a door. I mean, for anybody that is a tank, it might be a great confidence booster to your own tanking skills, because if I'm setting the bar, it's only to set it gently down onto the floor. So you can roll into your keys and your raids and be like, "What's up, everybody?" I'm going to press my buttons in an order that is more optimal than what I saw Hazel do this morning. And that's good. I'm just happy when I have aggro. So different than the usual heals. It is. It's very... I mean, I feel like I'm mashing buttons, but maybe that's just because I don't know what they all do. Or I don't feel what they all do yet. Okay, yeah, there we go. It is a lot of cleave, which is kind of fun. Maybe I should face them away from people. Look at all the healing done. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. It's just from Blood Plague. It's just from spamming Blood Boil. Blood Boil is the easiest button on the planet. It's free. It costs you nothing. You always seem to have charges. And it, like, does this incredible AoE leech disease thing. It's amazing. Blood Death Knights have had this whole time. I don't have to, like, build up thrash stacks. I can just be like, ha! You have the plague. Don't forget anti-magic. I often forget anti-magic. I think I've pressed it 3 times in the last hour. This is a 45-second cooldown. Here, we'll find some mages and then we'll press it. You can come up here. Here, there's Amos. And then here. You come. And then... Sure. I'm trying to press Rune Weapon just often also. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be pressing in Rune Weapon, but I figure as long as I'm pressing something, I'm getting some kind of value out of it. Okay, I suppose I jump down. That's what I've done. Far back. Hello? Okay, he's, the Iron March will take care of these intruders. That's right. Can I turn on dialogue sound? You do have to build up bone stacks. But, like, you can just kind of press Marrow Rend sometimes, and then you just, like, have bone stacks.
Well done, Commander. But it seems the intruders are still quite alive.
What? Unacceptable! Kill them, you fools!
I'm spec'd into Chains of Ice, and I'm pretty sure I never press
This
it.
is pitiful. Do your men not know where the sharp part of the axe goes?
I don't understand. These intruders fight with the fury of Gromash himself.
Okay.
I will hear no more of these excuses. I am going to go prepare the weapons. Take care of these invaders, or I will show you how a true orc deals with failure.
Yes, Warlord. I will handle this personally. Fetch my mount. I am tired of watching you peons disgrace my iron horde.
You just now have a mode where you are the target dummy for tanking practice. There are tanking target dummies that I believe do some damage to you. Not so much in like the old target dummies, but on like if you go to the Dragonflight ones, I believe there's a tanking dummy there. I've never tried it.
Now, let us finish this.
Hello? Uh-oh. Did we do it? Did we break it? Did we kill it too fast? Uh-oh. I think we might have borked it. Oh, man. This may interfere with getting... Aw. Well, at least we don't have to do the trash again.
Now, let us finish this.
Plus, it doesn't look like he's going to do a strafing run, so maybe we can just kind of kill him on the ground just fine. Yeah, he has to hop off his thing. Okay, there we go. That's not too bad.
My warlord, I have...
Okay, how do I leave? Becky. There's two more. It's a long dungeon. I think what I might do is get to whatever level this dungeon's gonna do, and then wrap up stream for today after this one, and see if I can sneak in like an off-stream... I mean, I know I have raid tonight, but see if I can sneak in an off-stream dungeon or two, because I'd love to start tomorrow at 60. Very bad memories about this place. It's funny when it's been so long that you don't really remember the specific thing that happened. You see a room and you have a bad feeling. I think I might need to kill these two. I don't remember what happened here, but I remember it hurt. Didn't even notice how fast you leveled. It's been like 1 or 2 levels every single dungeon, and the dungeons I've just been chaining them. You can get them so fast. It's not a bad time to level and all. Although they do experience bonuses so often that it doesn't really feel like you need it. Sure. I don't think we need this, but I don't see why not. If he does that kickback again, I'm ready. Oh, I had my thumb on the death advance button. It was going to be good. Raging the Untamed. And there's Warlord Zayla. Oh, this one we do it sideways on the bridge, and there's like burning bits of the bridge. Yeah, this is a thing. Wow, such description, such recognition of what's going on. Good job, Hazel. Remember the boss with the thing, did the stuff? Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I don't know how that priest is flying, but it looked nice.
Incoming.
People have a lot of patience for even long dungeons like this one. You know, no one leaves. No one quit the second they saw where we were. Which isn't something I really blame people for. If you're gonna leave, I'd rather you do it at the very beginning. Let somebody else get a whole dungeon run. Oh, some transmog. And then one more boss. Thursday and Friday off. Looking forward to spending some time chaining dungeons. Nice. Can I just skip these things? What if we just run along the edge? Paula Horrid. Yeah, probably better for experience. I'm 56, but like freshly 56. I wonder if the end of dungeon experience is gonna be enough to get me to 57? Whenever I get really close to the levels, like endgame levels, I always get really antsy to just start it. I don't want to be in old dungeons anymore. I want to be in new dungeons. Or new zones, or just pick an Bloom. And Alt always feels much more like a real character once they're in the new stuff. Even if it like really doesn't matter. I'm doing basically the same thing.
I have been waiting for a fight.
Don't remember what she does. Not a clue. Jumps on a dragon, maybe. Or jumps on a dragon.
My blade will end you.
4, 3, 2.
Flames will consume you. You
Because I remember you could like kill these
Phase
things.
change.
There was an achievement, I think, for killing like a bunch of them during the fight.
Phase change.
And now, you die!
We did it. Upper Black Rock Spire. Yeah, nearly. 56 and then like one more bar. Cool. Thanks, guys. That blood-caked runeblade is like a really cool model. It's got what, some flowers on it? Yeah, flowers and some roots and big ol' runeblade. Almost no questing. I did a tiny bit of it. I did like a couple of Duratar quests, but really probably no more than 5 or 6. It was fine, but it was much slower than dungeons. Dungeons were dramatically faster. As a tank, anyway. With pretty quick queues. I can get rid of that. That and that. Yeah. Neat. So I started today at 43. And in just under 3 hours on stream, we made it up to 56. I'm pretty happy with that. Those pretty good numbers for me. Oh. Thank you very much for the tip. Started using your voice pack. Today it stopped working. Chance you'll update it. It is on my list of things to do. I can't make any promises as to when, though. I'm typically really slow on that. I do it by myself, and I'm not very good at it, so it takes me a while to get to the bottom of it. Oh, that bag space. Yeah. Thank you all very much for joining me today. It's a Mankar orc. Thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate the company. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm hoping to start to do some Dragonflight leveling to get a feel for how fast 60 to 70 can be. Maybe we can take a look at that tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.